Hello. I'd like to welcome, so much. So he's so big in the soccer world. Former Adelaide United FC General Manager, former Newcastle Jets Marketing and Media Manager, and also, can you believe this, an amazing radio announcer at 5AA Adelaide Sports Channel. But right now, we're going to be talking to, of course, Angelo Picca, and he's also the managing director of Official On The Ball Live, an amazing show that we're going to hear all about from Angelo. Ciao, Angelo. Welcome to Alive 90.5.
Wow. God. Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to all your listeners. Now, Angelina, that was a very, very long introduction.
I had to read it because I'm so blessed and honoured to be talking to you. And you are not here at the moment. You are in Italy, vero? In Napoli? No,
exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly right. And I just got off the plane a few hours ago. I went to Sardinia, obviously, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Yes.
In a capacity as a player manager.
Yes.
And very exciting times for a young Sydney boy called Thomas Petrosky. I'm very excited for him, and a very exciting journey for him that has commenced. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
We will. Now we're going to be talking about this show that I remember watching in the 80s and 90s, On The Ball Live. I remember this show, it was created by and founded by Harry Michaels. I remember Harry Michaels, the Greek man, isn't he?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Look, I want to go back to number 96, which was a big hit, you know. Like,
wasn't he Giovanni?
Harry. Well, look, Harry was Giovanni. He won't mind me saying this, but, you know, that's where he started his acting career. But Harry is a very successful, brilliant producer, and he was the producer and creator of On The Ball Live when, like back in the 80s and 90s, of course, Les Murray, Johnny Warren, everybody would know those people. And then Kyle Patterson, Andy Pascalides, that still does some work now on SBS. But, you know, it was a big hit in those days. Everybody used to tune in once a week.
Yes.
And you couldn't wait to the next week because it was such an informative, highly packaged show about football. And it really had high ratings in those days. And then, you know, like we're trying to bring it back. Right now we have, we've done a few live shows with Harry Michaels, of course, involved.
Yes.
He does a great job. And, you know, we've sort of like got it on YouTube now. We go live on mainstream media, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And it's all things football,
Yes.
you know, right around the globe. We talk about European football, the world football, of course, the World Cup coming up, the Socceroos, Matildas, NPL from grassroots, the heartland of football. It's all about football. And right now, it is called Official On The Ball Live. We added the word official because, we want to make sure that everybody has the right idea, that it is the real thing and it's the authentic thing, and it still has Harry Michaels behind it. I'm running it, and, you know, I've been given the role now of general manager.
That's
and
wonderful.
so very exciting times for that show.
Yes, but you have done some live shows here in Sydney. I remember I saw something on YouTube. I think like some get-togethers. Like last week, did you have something in Concord or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
We had the Legends. We had
That's
the
right.
NSL.
Yes.
The National Soccer League Legends Night, which was an event organised by Peter Catholis, who is a former Socceroos. He's one of the guys that's played for Marconi. He's played for Apia. He's played for St. George. He has gone a cross-section of the community, and everybody loves him. I mean, you know, playing for Sydney Olympic, Greek, obviously back then, Marconi Italians and Apia Italians, and then St. George Budapest. So he's now organised this event from about 2 or 3 years ago, but the last one that we had on the 27th of November was huge. It was very successful. People coming from Melbourne, like Paul Wade, former Socceroo, Alex Tobin couldn't make it because, you know, he wasn't very well. But so many legends of the NSL And it was such a great night, such a big hit, and I think the next one's going to be organised in Marconi. And I think Morris Licata, he was there. He was at the event, and he like he is always inclusive.
Yes.
He happened to say, "Look, let's have it in Marconi next year." So
I know.
I think that's what it's going to be.
I've spoken to him to ask him. He said, "Yes, it will be." So yes, that'll be wonderful. Wow, I'm so excited about, and I'm hoping that it will get to TV again. This show, so we miss it.
Well, it will be. It's lovely of you to say that,
yes.
but we know that right across Australia,
yes,
people miss that show because right now, perhaps in the last 5 or 6 years post-COVID, we really have nothing of the sort. We don't have a show for football. It should be a show for genuine football on a Thursday night when you can talk about the results of the Champions League and the Europa League and all the big leagues right around the world. And then, of course, Thursday night is in the box seat to talk about the up-and-coming games. If there's any A-League games, there is news on the Socceroos, the Matildas, just football, football, all football. Australians, there's so many people there that love football. Of course, we know the success of the Matildas that attract young girls, and older ladies, and, they really attract people right across a cross-section of an Australian audience, and, they smashed all ratings and all that sort of thing. So we need a show for the men, we need a show for men's football that we can talk about the young aspiring players that we'll talk about later on, about Thomas, Petrosky, and all of the, there's so much talent, and, like football is such a high-rating sport in Australia. We need a TV show, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're getting the support.
Oh, that's wonderful.
No, we'll do it.
Yes, no, we really need it because when I was speaking to you, and then came back my memories. We as a family, and I was younger then, and we used to sit and listen and watch, and of course Les Murray loved his voice, and Johnny Warren, and but it was just wonderful to hear. And you'll be also talking about Serie A on the shows, like all soccer, football, all over the world. Will you?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll be talking. We often on like for example the live shows that we've had. When Roma and AC Milan came over to Australia, we had a show 3 weeks prior to that event, and it was huge. We had something like 700,000 viewers.
Yes.
And that was increasing as we talked about that show. Mike Tomalaris was the host then. Yes. And of course, there's another man, a game coming up. I think I should tell you now in February.
Yes.
That'll be news for you as well. We can do something else prior to that.
Of course.
Whereas AC Milan will be playing Como.
Yes.
There's a Serie A game being moved from Italy, the first time ever in the history of the game that it's been moved outside of Italy. It'll be played in Perth, Optus Stadium, and it'll be certainly a sellout. The only reason it's happening is because there's a Winter Olympics in Milan. They're going to take over the stadium for the huge event, that sort of thing, the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
So the Milan had the initiative of marketing themselves to the global world, to the world. And, like moving outside of Italy is going to do wonders for them because we'll be able to see the game in Italy.
Yes.
And then when the game's staged in Perth, Optus Oval, then all the Australians will be able to tune in as well.
Yes.
So it's huge. It's going to be massive.
And people can go from here, like it's 4 hours flight, I think. People who want to go can go and buy tickets from Australia, from anywhere in Australia, can't we? Buy tickets from
Definitely.
Here. Yes.
Wonderful. Definitely they can get tickets, I think it'll be a sellout.
Yeah.
Because the last game was only a friendly and they had 60,000.
Yes.
So, look, it's a wonderful idea and it's a great initiative from AC Milan. They approached the government, then they approached the federation, and, of course, it had to go through UEFA.
Of course,
and then FIFA. So it's been all of these steps and administrative sort of movements that had to be made, to get the authority. But it's going to happen, and it's great for Australian football as well.
It sure is. Wow. Let's talk about now this he's already a star, Thomas Petrosky. Did he start in Rockdale? Did I read that? Is he from Rockdale, Sydney?
Yes.
Yes.
He is a great kid,
Yes.
right? But let me talk about his football. He started at Rockdale in Linden, in Sydney in the NPL, and they play against Marconi's, and that they've been in the grand final the last couple of years.
Yes.
They won one a couple of years ago. But Thomas he's grown and developed through that club from the age of 4. And when he was 14, his dad, Paul Petrosky, accompanied his son to England to do work in the academy there, to develop his skill a little bit more. It's a lot higher level over there, and obviously his dad accompanied there, supported him there. And Thomas was there for a couple of years, and then he came over to Italy at a club called SS Turris, which doesn't exist now, but they played in Serie C. And Thomas is a very determined, intelligent young man.
Yes.
He actually, adapted really quickly. He got on the scoreboard. He scored some goals. And, of course, I want to say this because it's not all parents do this, but Paul, his dad, lived here with his son, sacrificed because he's got a very, very good business. He runs a successful business. Both of his parents, sacrificed for Thomas, to give him that opportunity. He did really well, but then he came back to Australia to finish his studies, and this year he finished his studies. So he came back and he signed for a very good club in Sardinia on the island there that are owned and backed by Cagliari, which is a Serie A club.
Yes.
And a very, very exciting journey for Thomas because, I just spent 4 days there talking football and just concentrating on Thomas. Because we needed to. We were so busy. Yeah. And we didn't leave until he was settled. But he's got a long journey, and I'm very, very confident because he is a very, very confident young man. He needs the support. I'll be supporting him here, and I know his parents will from Australia. But I'm confident this kid will make it, and he'll make everyone very proud.
That's wonderful. Thomas Petrosky will be following him on Instagram and everywhere, and we wish him luck because it must be his passion to do this, and his parents, how lovely, how proud they must be. And you manage him. Are you his manager, Angelo?
Yes, I am. I am his manager, and I do manage other kids. When I say kids, it's very important that I get on with the parents, and the parents get on with me, and we make sure that we have this element of trust.
Yes.
Because, that five-letter word is more important than that, because when these kids take these opportunities and, they follow the dream, I often write the words dream, believe and achieve.
Yes.
Because it's not that easy. Like the idea of playing football and you think you're going to be a star. We've got all this aspiring young talent over in Australia that watch television, they watch the English Premier League and the Serie A and the Bundesliga and all the other leagues of France and, Germany. And look, I think it's not that easy, because you get the idea you want to be a star, but then there's so much hard work. And Thomas and there's other kids, another kid from Marconi that developed at Marconi. His name is Gerard Cavassini. He's a goalkeeper.
Oh, wonderful.
Morris knows him because his dad sponsors Marconi.
Yes.
He's quite a big sponsor there.
Yes.
And that kid was born in 2008. He's a year younger than Thomas, but he's doing well. He's playing in Serie C.
Yes.
So I enjoy that sort of work because, at my age, obviously I played football and NPL in Adelaide and, I love football, but I love to see the kids.
Yes.
Just watching their eyes and you follow their dream. And then, of course, the most satisfying and gratifying thing is that when they are successful, I want to bring Thomas in Serie A, for example. That's my dream. Yes. And I know that I share that dream with him, to play at the highest level.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And the main thing is to never give up. That's what I always say when everything I do. Never give up on what you really believe in, what you want to be, what you want to do. Isn't it, Angelo? You never give up.
Well, look,
yes.
Look, Angelina, the thing is that we all like to dream, and I think that I believe in dreams, because the dream is a starting point.
Yes.
You dream, and then, of course, there's the hard work in between.
Yes.
Okay? And then you achieve. okay? But you need to believe in your dream, because lots of people dream, but they don't believe in that dream. I just look at Thomas in the eyes, you know, like we know each other. I look at him and I can see that dream is going to be achieved because he is prepared to do the hard work. And, you know, the other kids that I've got, like Jerry Cavassini, you know, he's only 17. Mm-hmm. And there's another kid, Stratos, he's from Melbourne. You know, there's another kid, Stratos Sindiris, he's playing in Greece in Division 3. Mm-hmm. But all of these kids have got the same dream, but they need support.
Yes.
And they need honest people.
Oh, yes.
They don't need people that sell you the dream.
Exactly, yeah.
They need people that can help you create a career. That is different.
Yes.
And, you know, lots of agents, and I know, you know, there's lots of agents that I work with in Italy, and, you know, I work with the people I trust, because I can see that some of them, they really sell your dream because they want the money.
Of course, yeah.
But it's not that. That's not what it's about. For me, it's I'd rather wait, and if the kids make it, they make the professional leagues, they are oozing and they are continuing their dream. And they're on the track. And then, of course, yes, I do want to get paid as well, you know, and obviously there's money coming from the club. If you present a product and it's a success, you know. So this is it, you know, Angelina, I'll say the same thing to you. You know, like dream, believe, achieve. And
believe in yourself as well, you know, not just in your dream, in yourself. And now let's talk about, of course, you're a Napoli supporter, aren't you?
Definitely, unashamedly. Unashamedly.
And I'm a Juventus supporter. Did I tell you that?
Oh, I just have to hang up right now. I'm going to hang up right now.
I've been to see them 3 times at the stadium in Torino. Love seeing. I know that they're not going so good now, but I always support them because my son does. He's a mad supporter for Juventus. We've been to see the museum like 2-3 times. Yes, I know. So they got a game tomorrow, haven't they?
Yeah, well, this is incredible. I was talking to you about 2 days ago, and you were saying, I want you to be on my show. And then you told me you're a Juventus fan. I sort of cringed on that a little bit. But there's the game coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow, Napoli plays Juventus at Napoli. And you were telling me that you went to the museum in Turin, but we have a great statue of Diego Armando Maradona at the stadium, and I think that's probably that's a museum. That's a museum to me.
Oh, it's been so good to talk to you. It's wonderful, and I can hear it in your voice, Angelo, how passionate and sincere you have. A really nice, kind voice, and I thank you for being on my show and accepting my invitation to interview you and talk about this, which I find very interesting. And I will help in any way I can to support this, dream, I guess, but it will become a reality. So it's on, it's called Official On The Ball Live. That's what it's called now?
Yeah, and look, thank you for mentioning that. It's really been lovely to be on your show, a lovely show, and you know, the fact that you want to follow, you know, these kids as well, you know, like Thomas Petrosky and Gerard Cavassini, they're both Sydney boys, and just to see, you know, like their development and, you know, they're fulfilling their dreams and to play professional football, and also Official On The Ball Live. As I mentioned before, it's it's all things football, meaning that we're always going to be coming up with the updates. You know, the Socceroos now, they've made the World Cup. There's going to be a lot of news, information filtering through until 30th of June next year, or June next year when it starts, the World Cup. And then the Matildas are going to be playing in the Asia Cup in March.
Yeah.
So there's so much football, but we don't get enough. No. We don't get enough, Angelina, on radio and television. Yeah. We just don't.
No, you just see little snippets on the news, you know, on the sport, but not really, do we, on detail, and that'll be wonderful. Wow. So if listeners want to follow the YouTube channel, it's official. Is it underscore or how does it go?
Well, it's Official On The Ball, then underscore live.
Yes.
Okay. If they hit that, because some of them go to the old one, which is On The Ball, and we want to shut that down in January for technical reasons. Okay, so the name is Official on the Ball, then _live.
Yes.
That's how you get straight to it, and then you can just sort of subscribe because we need your help. We need numbers. We've approached.
Subscribers just to click on it. That's all, and see all the information, all the YouTube videos. I watched a few, and your face was there on the screen because you talk from Italy, vero? You in. Like,
yeah. I talk live from Italy. You often talk about, the Serie A and that. They actually interview me. Yeah, look, they interview me live.
Yes.
And, Harry's a wonderful person. He's so passionate. He's so intelligent.
That's lovely.
And as I say, we need the numbers. And I'm sort of saying this without being embarrassing about it because, I'm sure there's thousands of people right around Australia that want the show, but you need to subscribe because we've approached Channel 7. I can say this openly, Channel 7, 9 and 10 and SBS to have this show on. Harry's approached Football Australia. So all we're doing now is just rallying for people to come on board as subscribers, okay, so we can have so many on there and then to follow this concept and, of course, the show will just it'll be so nice for everybody. Everybody wants it.
Yes.
And I think they'll be so glad when we sort of like launch the first show and then just kick it on. And imagine all the interest, leading up to the World Cup. The Asia Cup, and then after that,
Yes. Beautiful. Grazie from my heart. Angelo, it's been an honor to have you on my show on Tocco d'Italia. I'm going to play your song now by Toto Cotugno, Napoli. I listened to it last night. This is the song I'm going to play at the end of the interview. I know that you're...
Thank you so much. It's been lovely.
You're welcome. Lovely. All right, we'll talk soon. Grazie tanto. And... okay, and buonanotte, because it's night there. Oh my God, what time is it there? Midnight?
Yes, it's past midnight.
Oh.
That's right.
All right. Ciao, grande abbraccio. Okay. Ciao, Angela. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ciao, this is Angelina Rossi. Tune in on Sunday mornings between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. for my Italian music radio show, Un Tocco d'Italia, for all your Italian favorite songs and much, much more on a live 90.5 FM.